Hey guys, what's going on? Nick here from Greystone Copywriting. So we're gonna do like a review of a redesign that I did for this brand called Other Half. I recorded another video on them on their first welcome email, and in this one we're gonna do the second one in the sequence. So this is the second one that I received from them. Discount expiring soon. Skincare can be overwhelming, and that's exactly what drove us to create Baseline. And so Baseline is their one and only range and routine right now. I guess I should preface this brand is about men's skincare and like men's skincare solely, and they have this like these three products are like their 3-step routine, which is like based around simplicity, and that's kind of like the big idea. And if you want to know a little bit more about it, you can go to watch the first video that I made about them. I explained it a little bit more. Um, but so yeah, they introduce their range here. This is not a drill. Your 10% code will be expiring in 48 hours. Nice and clever, a little bit witty. I explained in the previous video as well how I would take out like this time constraint just because it's a bit of fake scarcity. And on top of that, like an optimal sequence, like the one where redesigning will span longer than I think it was like 72 hours or whatever, which was the original time frame. They have a nice picture of the founders here. Always like to have that. Makes it nice personal, especially with a small brand like this one. So they say, howdy, we're Other Half founders, Tim and Tanis. It was from first-hand experience that we understood the importance of bringing Other Half to market. So, and then it kind of goes on to explain a little bit more about the brand, a little bit more behind their story. Which is awesome because you want to start building that relationship with your customers, and then they kind of go into their range, like the baseline package and what it offers, kind of like the benefits behind it. Right here. Enough to chat. What's the damage? Which is like I actually like this a lot. It's very upfront. It's a good thing to like not hide your prices or be like kind of secretive about it. Like, if you understand that your shit is expensive, you just tell them, it's expensive, and they're going to appreciate you being upfront and honest about that, regardless of what you're selling. I've seen it done lots of times, and I think it builds an extra layer of trust. And they have their second call to action down here, and they have a link to I don't know what it's supposed to be because it never loaded for me. But yeah, so we'll go over the one that I did. And let me preface like the goal of the second welcome email, depending on like what you want to put, how you want to structure it. But the way I've been doing it is having it the story behind the founder or the brand or both as the second email, which is what they kind of did here, which is good. What I did differently, I put this picture at the top. I always like to have the nice hero image, usually of the founder or the model up top. And I turned it into like a pretty long story, but I tried to make the story as interesting as possible. That makes sense, because these emails that are about, like the founder's story, they're not very exciting. So what I did is I used a bit of storytelling to throw the reader like into the life of Tim, which is, and he struggled with, skincare issues firsthand. And that's kind of how the whole thing was born. So he put the reader into his shoes, and most of the readers should be in, the same position, and they should be able to relate to that. So we'll break that down. So I go, my skincare struggles. Doesn't tell you exactly what it's about, but gets them interested, because they probably have skincare issues as well. And it says, another breakout. I groan after stumbling into the bathroom at 8 a.m. It's a monthly occurrence I always dread. A never-ending cycle of trying new products with no end in sight. I don't know what I need, but it feels like there's nothing made specifically for me. So, all this here, another breakout. I groan after stumbling to the bathroom at 8 a.m. That like throws you like right into the middle of the story, where the emotions are at its highest, which is a great way to start your stories because you want to hook your reader. You start with, the most interesting part, um, give some info, and then kind of like rewind back to the top. And now they want to know the rest of the story, and so they read the whole thing, which is, that's the idea. This is like my second draft, so I still might have revisions to make. So that's what we do. We kind of put them in the shoes of Tim, never ending cycle of products known in sight, something that the reader has tried before. Same with this. I don't know what I need. You want to like predict how they're feeling. Especially this one is a big one for men in this, and like this industry is niche. Like there's nothing made specifically for them because skincare is targeted mostly towards women. I just keep doing that. I care about my skin. I do. It's just the skincare industry is a tangle, overwhelming web. So pulling on like things that the reader is probably thinking, like as a man, I care about my skin, and I want to do everything, but everything's so confusing. It's not, targeted towards me, and I have no guidance, et cetera, et cetera. That is, the goal here. And I say, besides, who am I going to reach out to for help? So I could have a better transition here, but anyways. So I drudge through, accepting it's something I just have to live with. And so that kind of like throws the reader into those emotions, gets them hooked on, gets them, like relating to the story. And then I kind of start my rewind here. Say, that was me 2 years ago. Everything changed when I met Tanis. She's the one who really pulled back the curtain for me. And that's when I saw how the other half really lived. And that kind of built some curiosity, kind of like tells you like the name of the brand, other half, see how the other half live, whatever. So let me say, going to the other side, rewinding a bit, and now we're going to talk about Tanis's story. So we do that. She has a big passion for everything skincare. She went to college and was working with one of the biggest beauty retailers. And then through Tanis, I was able to learn the behind the scenes of skincare and what worked best for me. I was lucky, I'll admit it, because not a lot of like men, have someone very personal in their life that they can turn to for guidance. And then I go on to explain that here. And I say, bringing up another objection. Even if you do, you probably still don't want to use the 10-step nighttime routines that are marketed to women. Because most men want something, that's fairly simplistic. And I say, don't blame you. I also wanted something simple and something that I felt that was for me. And those are like, I keep bringing those up because they're like, main driving factors for like our target audience. And then I say that's how Other Half was born. To educate you on the benefits of skincare and give you a truly simple path to better skin using our 3-step routine only twice a day. And that's kind of like the main benefit of the brand, the big idea. We introduced that here. You always want to bring that up because it's like, the what's in it for me, or like, what they're going to get. And you say we want to be someone you can look to for help no matter what. Be a nice person. We talk about our setbacks. They had dreams of starting their own business one day. So when they came across this opportunity, it was like perfect match made in heaven. They had a personal connection to it, and it was a lacking industry that they didn't have. They didn't get enough recognition or support. When we talk about how it took a long time, sharing the hardships of the founders, tons of trial and error, everything that they did to make it, to make it perfect. And then it connected back to, it's because we care about the mission, we care about you. That's why we went through all of this. We did it, for you, to help you, sort of thing. You always want to tie it back to them. Then we just ended off with, I'm glad you're up to speed on our journey so far, but this is only the beginning. We look forward to spending the rest of it with you. And then our call to action. So I want to go, I added in the sub headlines, which are good. I think maybe they could be better. Um, but it makes it nice and skimmable if they want to, just go through, and it breaks it up nicely. And we have our same exact call to action as the previous email, keeping that consistency. So yeah, hopefully that wasn't too much rambling. Let me know if you have any questions and if that was helpful for you. And if any of you, need help, feel free to reach out. And if you're an ecom brand that wants help with their email marketing or anything like that, design, whatever, feel free to hit me up. I'd love to help you out. See you later.